Welcome everybody back to tacosandgeeks.com reviews. Justin here with Sean, and man, we got a big one for you today. We are going to be reviewing the season premiere of Invincible Season 2, Part 1. Of course, the season will be divided into, I believe, two parts. So we're going to talk about episode 1 in this review, the season premiere. And as always, we give you a brief synopsis. So without further ado, here we go. This episode is entitled A Lesson for Your Next Life. In the aftermath of his father's betrayal, Mark struggles with his responsibilities as Invincible and encounters an unexpected enemy. This is completely spoiler free, so do not worry about anything being spoiled, folks. We'll keep the plot and story very vague, but we will give you our thoughts, of course. But what a hell of an opener, if you ask me, Sean.
Yeah, like let's start out with the when you think they're coming back, they're gonna come back at like this somber moment, and we're gonna deal with the aftermath of what's happened when Omni Man like basically obliterated Chicago and everything. Nah. When they bring it back, they bring it back like the opening scene reminds me of the comic book went right after Damian Wayne died, and they
Yeah,
had the Batman comic where there was no dialogue, there was just pictures and panel, and you can feel the emotion just by flipping through the pages and looking at the images they gave you. That's pretty much what they did with the opening like scene of Invincible.
yeah.
Like you can feel it. I think there's a little bit of dialogue while they talk through some things, but you can feel the emotion of what's going on with Mark. You can feel the emotion what's going on with the entire world in the aftermath of what Omni Man did, and it is just completely amazing what they did. I was just like, yo, I sat there for like the 5 minutes, like, damn. And one thing I got to give them with these show openers, this flashing the Invincible title card,
Yeah.
right, like cutting him off right before he either says his name or something comes up, is so fire
Yeah.
because you'll watch on they do this a couple of times, and I'm like, yo, this is great.
And I'll have to just to piggyback off of you with the opening scene. It is very, very shocking what they do with this because it's something that you do not expect how it starts off. But the way they start off, obviously no spoilers, you have to see it for yourself. I was just like on the edge of my seat of how they did this, and they're introducing different aspects and core stories in here, which I thought worked very well. And just the fact that just to talk about the synopsis here with the aftermath, this because we've seen all four episodes so far. But I will just say this for episode 1. They do from a characterization and character standpoint. I love the fact that we get to let what happened in Chicago breathe. There's no like immediate time jumps or things like that. Things breathe. These characters have to deal with what happened from Mark to his mother to the agency to the people in the world. Everyone has to deal with it in their own way. You see how Omni Man has affected everybody, especially Mark's mom, who I think Sandra Oh did a hell of a performance in this episode, especially Stephen Young as well as Mark. They really carried this episode.
Yeah, and I mean, like the people of Chicago, everything
Yeah,
they have to deal with. Adam Eve, uh, what she does in the episode.
yeah,
I mean, they even kind of carry over her standalone movie, or I
mm,
would say standalone series episode, that special edition
mm,
episode that they put out. They carry stuff over with that. That was completely amazing as to
mm,
what they did. I had to sit down and just say I couldn't believe, like a lot of times when you get a season 2 of something, anything that
mm,
comes along, you kind of get like sometimes you feel like they're running off the success of the first season and they kind of dial everything in. And I don't feel that way with this one. I feel
yeah,
like they stepped up the tempo with this next season. Like they were just like, okay, we introduced you to this character and we gave you a little bit of something uh to just bite on. Now we're gonna give
yeah,
you a nice piece of this meal, to
Yeah,
to, to chew on. Like you're gonna see some things, and I mean, they went from, and like I said, we're not gonna spoil anything.
no, of course not.
They take everything up a notch, and I couldn't. I was just like, damn, like there are points in episodes where I'm just like, damn, how far are you gonna take it? Oh, we're gonna take it another step further, and we're gonna take it another step further, and it really reminds me of reading the comic book, and it's like even though the story is told differently, the story is coming to life. And I think that's what I have to give kudos to Kirkman and the entire team. And we did an interview with him during New York Comic Con, and he couldn't say much, but like he kind of alluded to it. And I was like, damn, like he kind of downplayed this for us. Like
Yeah,
this was like, you know,
just action alone, you're not.
yeah,
It's more visceral. It is more brutal this time around. Like, can't describe what happens, but yeah, it's brutal, man. Like the action scenes, the fight scenes are epic in this
you know. Um, if you would have asked me about episode one, I think it's gonna when it does come out, it's gonna be like one of the best opening season, like season two episodes of a lot of shows that are coming out. Like you're just looking at it going, wow, and it's like you're gonna wait week by week just to get to the next episode and going, yo, and to people out there, like this is no exaggeration. Like some
one.
shows I can honestly look at and be like, all right, you know what? This is pretty good. This is going well, Like I jump into different shows left and right, and I'm like, all right, like I'll get back to this. This one you're gonna want to catch up to every single
Wait, yeah,
episode when it comes out. You're definitely gonna put it on there to watch every episode. Season two, episode one,
thumbs up. Yeah, I
chef
agree with
kiss.
that.
Yep.
And I just a final thought is just you have to watch this. Just it has drama, it has stakes, and for those who hated Amber, I can promise you, she is much more likable, way more likable this time around. Um, Not gonna get into why, but she is definitely more better supportive character. I will say this time around, a more really a Mark's rock in this one as well, especially what happens down the line. But you're gonna like Amber this time around. For those who really did not like how Amber was portrayed in season one, you're gonna like her in this one. I guarantee you that just from a characterization standpoint. But yes, solid episode one, and definitely gotta watch it. Stay tuned for it, and we'll be back with episode two. This is just from Storm from Geeks.com. If you like what we do here and you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps the algorithm out very, very well. You can check out our coverage here at otakusgeeks.com. Check out our New York Comic Con coverage, Toy Fair. Check out our reviews, our manga reviews, UWL if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you for your support. As always, Lady Days, peace, love, and happiness. Catch you on the next review. Peace.